Hello there friends, Ken here and welcome back to Hearthstone. It's been so long since I played Hearthstone on the channel, but I thought why not jump back in for some Tavern Brawl, which this week is the storming Stormwind. Lay siege to Stormwind. The city starts with 1 health and goes up as you hit it. How much damage can you do? Wait, what? Okay, interesting. So I guess this is going to be like a DPS race or something? Man, sounds kind of fun. Right, let's get into it.
Hello, challenger.
Okay, so the way this brawl is going to work is us here, normal, against the City of Stormwind. So we've got a kind of a PvE challenge this week in the brawl, which is fun. It's got this armoury. So every turn its attack's going to go up. It doesn't actually use it as a weapon. It will go up by 1 attack every turn. And then it will use this barracks to play a random soldier. And the soldier will either be a 1-1 that gets +1/+1 for everything, for every attack on here. So next turn, if it played it, it would be a 2-2. And then the turn after a 3-3. And so on and so on. Or it's a taunt minion that's a 0-1 that gets a health for every attack. So it'll be, you know, a 0-1, and then next turn it'll be a 0-2, and so on and so on. So that's the basics. See it in action. See it goes up to 1 attack now. It's going to play the 1-1 becomes a 2-2. Also has sort of some taunt cards and some silence cards. Pretty nifty stuff in there. I'm going to bust up the armory. Nice little trick there. I wasn't sure quite how that would work, but what happens is it comes back, you see, after the turn. So quite a good way to reset. You maybe don't want to use it on turn 2. You might want to save it for later, but using it on turn 2 gives you a pretty early way to hop in there and get ahead of the game, as it were. So what I think we might do is bop 1 damage in here, and I might also use the coin to get a little bit more board presence. The City of Stormwind doesn't seem to have too many board clears that I've seen so far. It does have silence effects, so you've got to watch out for those. And we get the Avenge. Boom. Look at that. Lovely stuff. Oh, Convert. That's kind of fun. I wonder if he's got the 4-3. I wonder if it even counts as a 4-3 if you do that. I'm not quite sure how that technically functions. Now, I'm thinking Blessing of Kings, and we just take this chap out. See, that doesn't really seem to do anything. I don't know if you've already dealt damage, if it would do more. And a Blessing of Kings is the other one, so that they're both awkward to deal with. Bam! There you go. You see, we're up to 10 damage. We start on the 1. We've got it up to another 9 there. So fantastic stuff. Now, secrets coming in, mage secrets. I've seen Mirror Entity be played. I think that's the only one I've seen so far. So you have to be cautious of Mirror Entity. But, you know, nothing we can't really handle. I guess if we bop a guy in, and then we do this, we'll give him a 3-3 if that is what it is. It's not. Let's try attacking. Probably nothing there, but it could be Vaporize. Nope, seems all good. So then what other mage spells have we got? We've got the Spellbender and the Counter Spell, which could both have been played. Here again, another chance at it being Mirror Entity. Oh, interesting, a Zombie Chow on that side. It must have been what they took with the... I don't know if it tells you that, but I presume that's what they took with the Convert spell. That'd probably be what I'd anticipate. Right, I kind of want a Seal of Champions and hope that it works. It would stop us using anything else though, but it would be quite nice, kind of.
To battle.
Getting an attack here. Duplicate. Couple of copies in the hand. That's not too bad. How much does it cost? Does it cost 1? No, it costs 3. No, that's actually quite good because it's more expensive than playing from the barracks. So that works out in our favour. Seal of Champs. Take this jabroni out. I guess you could trade in here if I let you.
To battle!
So you know what? I won't let you.
Reporting for duty.
And we'll keep our 1/1 weapon because it might come in handy down the line. Getting in quite big now. This would be where it'd be great to have another one of those. Oh, mind vision, interesting. This would be where it'd be great to have another acidic swamp ooze or Harrison Jones if you've got it. Be a pretty solid way to draw a card. Seal of Champions works pretty well here, I think.
To battle!
And then, do we want a Blessing of Kings? Sure. Getting as much damage as we can.
To battle!
Still not quite sure what this secret is. I'm trying to think what it might be. I guess it could be Ice Block, but that wouldn't make sense because there's no damage going down. There's no health going down. Dark Bargain, interesting. It is quite potent, I'll say that much. We could Blessing of Might and kill this, or we could Keeper of Alderman. Oh, it was a mirror entity. Okay, good to know. That's fine. We can handle a mirror entity. We could bot this guy, consecrate. Lovely stuff. We got up to 37 damage. This seems like a decent chunk so far. I think eventually you're going to get overrun because the minions are just going to become too strong that are coming out of here. But quite a good, fun little brawl going on, I think. You know?
Shields up. Red alert.
I'm going to get in there. I think we're starting to get to the point where we're going to be overrun soon because we're out of cards. There's 9 9s and 0-10 taunts coming in. Stormwind champions. You just can't keep up with the tempo. So instead, just try and get that last little tweak of damage in if we can. And here, I think we might be able to get just a couple more, get us up to 45 damage. I do have stuff like Equality, Consecrate, which if we'd pulled that, would have been out really nice for us. We could have bought us a few extra turns of damage. But there we go. The City of Stormwind is defeated. We did 45 damage, we lasted 10 turns, we killed 9 minions. That's a pretty solid turnaround all told. I think the Paladin's a really good choice for this. You can probably build a better deck than I've done here. But I put in stuff, you know, stuff that benefits from having lots of minions out, the kind of classic buff stuff, the Avenge with the Muster for battle, and the Equality Pyromancer, Equality Consecrate to clear the board, Keeper of Alderman, and Uldor Peacekeeper to keep those big, scary minions under control towards the end. Then stuff like Blessing of Kings, Seal of Champions, ways that you can really buff up your minions to big levels. We got Tyrion in here. Honestly, like I don't actually know how well Tyrion works in this format because it's basically a damage race before you get overwhelmed. So it might be that in fact he's not as useful because he kind of just gets you over the line, you know. He protects you and gives you the means to deal that final little burst of damage. Whereas with this, that's maybe not necessarily what's going to be the problem when you get into the end game. But it's a pretty cool brawl. We'll maybe give it one more shot here. Also, I think every time you play it counts as a win, even if you don't deal any damage at all. So seems like a pretty good brawl to win your card pack. To finish off a few quests if you've got some quests for winning a certain number of games with a certain class. You can get in here and get those done pretty quickly. We'll keep Muster for battle. Blessing of Might not as useful right now.
Hello, challenge.
I'm a little sad that the City of Stormwind doesn't seem to have anything to say. I'd quite like it if they had a little bit of dialogue, but no joy there. I would suggest, unlike me, if you manage to pick up a acidic swamp ooze. The last game I played it early just to give it a shot and see how it would actually function. But obviously you want to hold on to that until kind of about like the 6 mark or so. When you start to feel like you're getting overwhelmed, you could effectively double the amount of time that you're in the game for. Right, 3-2. Well, we can deal with that, thankfully.
Reporting for duty. To battle.
And as always, muster for battle, MVPing it, getting us right back in the game here without too many issues. Oh, freezing a minion. Cheeky. Here we go. So we could destroy the weapon, but it's only 2 at the moment. That's not really too much of an issue.
None may steal our secrets.
To battle.
We'll get a damage in, because we've got 3 charges on our weapon. And we're getting to the point where we might pull out a true silver champion and want to slap that on. If I only had 1 charge, I'd probably save it. But with 3 charges, you know, there's every chance that you're not going to get to use them all before the thing runs out. So here, I think I'm going to slap down an avenge. I'm going to take this chappie out. And we're going to get the old Blessing of Kings going. Start dealing some big damage to the city. I really like this concept, this kind of PvE concept. I wish there was a leaderboard. There doesn't seem to be a leaderboard, so I guess it's just, hey, you know, take a picture, record a video of your success. And let people see that. And the Avenge proccing on our 5-5. Getting up to an 8-7, which is pretty spectacular. What are we at now? 4. 4's getting slightly dangerous, but we're still not struggling here. So I think, you know, we could absolutely justify sticking with what we've got. I'm thinking maybe we go for the Blessing of Might on this chappie here.
Not in my house.
I'll ping off a damage on this. And we'll king this fella. Get our big guys slamming in the face. Some big damage. Right, I think this turn is when I'm going to start thinking about playing the Acidic Swampoos with going to be up to 5 attack, I guess. Next turn we're going to be facing like 6-6s or maybe 7-7s. I can't remember if this picks up at the end of the turn or the start of turn, but really starting to get a little bit dangerous. So I think we'll bop this out. Get rid of the armoury. Start that one afresh. Clean out here. We can keep our minion rocking. We can change an enemy minion's attack to 1 so that it can't actually deal with any of our business. We'll clear this thing out because it's only going to be of detriment to us. We'll get a Divine Shield minion out because that could be handy. Down the line, buff it up, slam it home. Yeah, let me know how you're finding this City of Stormwind Brawl. It's kind of fun. Let me know what your high score is. You know, are you going for the most damage? Are you just trying to survive as long as you can? It's kind of fun. You could actually just go, hey, I want to see if I can... I'm not too worried about damage. I want to see how long I can survive the onslaught. And just put very defensive stuff in. Things like the pirate. Is it Bloodsail Cultist or whatever it is? The one that reduces the weapon by 1. So you could use that, kill the armory. And you could actually build in like a lot of these cards that take out weapons. And use those to survive for a very long time. That might be a good thing to try. Okay, what do we got here? Well, I think we're going to want to clear out the board just a tad. We'll bop you down. We'll bop you down. We got this 3-3 here. Do I want to trade into it?
Reporting for duty.
I guess so. I guess we'll clean up because it could take out one of our big guys.
Reporting for duty.
We don't want to lose one of our big guys to a measly 3-3. Quite nice to not have to deal with the deadly minions again. Oh, the big light bomb. Look at that. Oof, that's crushing. But it's okay. we can maintain.
Reporting for duty.
We can get a Keeper of Alderman going. Pop in a damage here, which will let us clean that out with either of our minions. We've got the Wild Pyro, so if we pick up an equality, we can always reset the board. We're ahead of last time. I think last time we made 45 damage. So we've already won up on that. Ooh, 5 attack. That's about the time we were saying we wanted to think about wrapping up the barracks. So maybe we should get in on it. We've not got much on the board as well, so we don't have a lot to fight against. So we should definitely try and take it out ASAP. Now this is buffing whatever's next to it. So killing this will just make a 2-3 here, which isn't necessarily particularly beneficial. So I'm going to do that. And I guess I'm going to whack 1 damage on here to try and bring him down the next time. Ooh, the Cone of Cold. That's devastating. Now we're looking for possibly getting our equality. +3 attack and Divine Shield is nice, but doesn't necessarily help us in this scenario. We could use it with the Wild Pyro. Would kill our 3-1 unless we put the Seal of Champs on the 3-1. But it would also kill 2 of these minions. But it wouldn't kill them all. I don't know if it's that worthwhile. Let's just take out this chap. Play another guy. Back up to 3 attack on the armoury. Kind of dangerous. Bam! So you see, even with everything we had going for us, we're still in quite a rough scenario here. Get the Avenge out. And maybe hold off. Let him take 1 out, and then I guess he probably would be able to take out the other one as well, but we'll see. We'll see if he's that smart. No, just go in face. Okay, well that's probably also quite smart because it avoids the Avenge altogether. Consecration could work in our favour here. I think we need to get it in anyway. Gets rid of this chap. Oh, bam! There's a couple of copies of that standard thing, whatever you want to call it, the battle standard, which is basically like a flame tongue totem, I guess, but with 2 health. We'll buff you up.
The battle.
I don't want to use my my Wild Pyro because we could still use it to clear the board, even though we're kind of out of ways to deal with the weapon. I would definitely recommend bringing more ways, bringing like the Blood Cell Cult Pirates and stuff. And there we go. That's the end. 49 damage, 12 turns, 15 minions killed. So a step up from last time. You could definitely do a ton more. I reckon you could easily hit 100 damage if you had the right ways to stop the armory from building up too high. Keep it under control. I'm sure there's probably an optimal level at which to stop the armory. People will find that. It's a ton of fun. I really like this Tavern Brawl. Storming Stormwind. It's nice, something a bit different. And definitely give it a try. Let me know in the comments how you found this Tavern Brawl. And thanks very much for joining me. It's good to be back doing some Hearthstone. Like I said, kind of fell off it because there was a lot of other stuff I wanted to concentrate on. But I've been really enjoying the Old Gods expansion. And I'm looking forward to the adventure. And I may well do videos for the new upcoming adventure. The One Night in Karazhan, or Karazhan rather. One Night in Karazhan, which is coming up soon. I'm really looking forward to that. So, hopefully, I'll see you for that. But otherwise, maybe I'll see you for next week's Tavern Brawl. I might not do it if there's a repeat one that we've seen a lot of times, unless it's a particularly interesting one. But I'd quite like to do these Tavern Brawl videos again, because I do play Tavern Brawl every week. And it's a nice, fun little thing to mess around with. So thanks very much for watching. I've been Ken. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, be sure to bop that like button. And feel free to subscribe to the channel for plenty more Hearthstone upcoming soon. And other games as well, of course. There's plenty going on the channel. So be sure to pop back whenever you like. Or subscribe if you want to be kept up to date. I've been Ken. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. And I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers!